and he called his shoes the Lemon Pepper Stepper.
Not the Lemon
And he
Pepper
gave me a
Stepper.
nickname called the Percolator.
Well, I like that. I like that nickname. Let's talk about this Lakers-Rockets game, though. As we mentioned, no KD for Houston, but no Luka or Reeves for LA. So LeBron and company, what you going to do in game one? Up ahead. How about that? 41 years, 109 days old. LeBron is the oldest player with 10-plus assists in a playoff game in NBA history. Lakers had a 2-point lead at the break. But even beyond that, Perk, LeBron is still getting it done in so many ways.
And look, this is unacceptable, though, if you're the Houston Rockets. Come on, we call that daddy ball. That's what I do to my sons in the driveway. Here you go again. 5 or 6 dribbles right here, no help whatsoever. This is what he does at 41 years old.
So the Lakers were up 75-66 going to the fourth quarter, and then LeBron's like, you know what, enough of that daddy ball. I'm going to step from here, count it up, 28 feet, that's deep. Lakers up 13, but Luke Kennard, he was going off.
And he was not on my bingo card to have 27 points tonight. I mean, you talk about trust. J.J. Redick got the max out of him tonight.
Game high 27, but then LeBron. Okay, no, look, ain't nothing you can do about that. I don't care who you are.
Well, you know he's left-handed though.
Well, okay, fine.
Okay.
That's sure, Perk. He's left-handed. That wasn't left-handed, but that was still silk from the baseline, pulling away. Lakers go big. LeBron goes for 19 and 13, and J.J. Redick and company, they got a 1-0 series lead.
You know, he led us there in the first half, getting 10 assists, and then was able to make some scoring plays down the stretch. Just a fantastic overall game from him, and he gave us all he had on the defensive end. I mean, he really exerted himself on both ends, and that's what the playoffs are.
Well, look, somewhat of a struggle for LeBron in the first round in recent years since winning that title in the bubble. He's 1-3 in the first round after starting his playoff career 14-0 in the opening round, but a game one win is a good start to turn that around, obviously. All right, Perk, so look, we mentioned no KD for the Rockets. Lakers take advantage, but how did LA really control game one?
One team was prepared and the other team wasn't. The Lakers were prepared. J.J. Redick outcoached Ime Udoka tonight. Okay. His game plan was in full effect. It looked like a team that had been in the film room, on the floor, studying what they were going to do offensively and defensively. When you look at the synergy that they played with on the offensive end, LeBron setting the tone with the double-digit assists early in the game. 3 or 4 of them was to DeAndre Ayton to build his confidence up. Defensively, they stuck to their principles. Hey, you know what we're going to do? We know that the Rockets are one of the worst shooting three-point shooting teams in the league. We're going to pack the damn paint and bet that you can't knock down outside shots. And we're going to value the basketball and not turn over the ball so y'all can't get in transition.
And they did all those things.
By the way, the Lakers shot 61% too. Didn't hurt things either in the game one win. We go from L.A. to New York. Hawks and Knicks, game one from MSG. Knicks won 53 games during the regular season, trying to snap a 52-year championship drought. Perk, how would you describe the way Jalen Brunson looked for his early?
Well, first of all, his name is Big Body Brunson, especially in these moments. 3-level scorer, man. He understands the moment. He lived for these moments right here. And you can just tell he wasn't waiting on anybody to set the tone. He came out and set the tone early in the first quarter, had that crucial 19 to, put some confidence in his ball team.
Most by any Knick in the opening quarter of any playoff game. As for Atlanta, C.J. McCollum was dynamite.
Yeah, look, he got away with the travel, but
Everybody
he still was
does.
cooking. Yeah, but he was cooking. Yeah, can I have this dance?
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
26 in all for McCollum, and then closing seconds of the first half, Onyeka Okongwu, one of his 4 threes.
One thing he did this season is he expanded his game to knock down 3-point shots.
Why couldn't the Hawks stop Karl Anthony Towns in the fourth?
because he's such a hard cover. When you talk about one of the best shooting bigs to ever play the game of basketball, you have to respect his outside shooting. And when you recover and try to build out, he's so skilled. He takes you off the dribble, but he was just feeling it tonight all across the board.
25 points, 8 rebounds. Brunson and the Knicks take game one, 113-102.
The longer we're obviously on the court together, our chemistry is better. I think we've grown as teammates, we've grown as friends, and it's contributing to the way we're playing.
I'm not at the Josh level yet, but we working.
Josh is not a friend.
It transpired in.
The friendship is growing between these two. Not quite at Josh Hart's level. Second postseason together, Cat and Brunson have tied Ewing and Starks for the most 25-point games by any duo in Knicks history with 4. This was also Brunson's 29th 25-point game in the playoffs as a Knicks. That's tied with Clyde Frazier for the second most, behind only Patrick Ewing. Perk, you get 29 from Jalen Brunson on the game. Didn't score late, but 19 of 25 in the second half from Karl Anthony Towns. How did those two take over the game late?
Well, again, we know Big Body Brunson is the best player on the squad, but Karl Anthony Towns is the most important. And when you saw in the second half, when he got going, all of a sudden they started to build that double-digit lead. Because Karl Anthony Towns is a guy that is emotional, right? Karl Anthony Towns is a guy that needs to feel love. And once you get him involved in the offense, then you're going to get the best version of him defensively. He had 3 blocks on the night. We saw it was plays throughout the course of this game where he was being switched out on pick and rolls and being able to guard smaller guards. And then he played with that tenacity, that passion. In my opinion, they don't have not one single person that could stop Karl Anthony Towns or even come close to guarding him in this series. They have to continue to keep featuring him if they want to get through this series in great fashion.
I mean, he's a matchup problem for a lot of guys in the league, but especially that roster there in Atlanta. So the percolator, that's what we call you now?
Yeah, I like it. I just got to come up with a wrestling move.
All right, well, speaking of WrestleMania.
We won a lot of areas and just shot it poorly, honestly. We shoot at 37.5 and 33 from 3, and on the other end, they shoot 61% and 52.5 from 3. It's going to be tough to beat, but had opportunities, like dominated the glass, 21 offensive rebounds, 23 second chance points to 6. Won the fast break 11-4, I think basically even with free throws. And we had 27 more shots in them. Just got to convert those. So some was transition, some putbacks off the offensive rebound. I think we had some decent looks from 3 and didn't shoot that well. And especially in the first quarter, they were too comfortable on their end. So it's hard to win with those numbers, shooting-wise. And we did some things good enough to win.
You did. It seemed like you didn't go to the zone a lot, even though Luke Kennard seemed like he was pretty hot. Was there any discussion about maybe going into, especially with the way that they were playing inside of the paint and the way that they were shooting from the field? Yeah, we mixed it a little bit there late. I think they had some of their first lineup was their best shooters out there. Hachimura himself, James in the middle of the zone. That makes it tough. Good facilitator there, but just really the off-ball actions. He was way too comfortable early. Had that 11-point first quarter, kind of got them going. Guarded better in the second, but then got loose again in the second half. A lot on kickouts and transition and some of our turnovers, but got to do a better job on him. 9 for 13, 5 for 5 from 3, way too comfortable.
And obviously there's going to be more Alpy with Kevin being out, but what did you think about just his overall performance in this game?
Who you say, Alpy?
Alpy, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't at his best. I think, in general, when you look at Reed, 6 for 20, Alpy 6 for 19, Jabari 5 for 14, and I'm in 7 for 18. Obviously, that shows why we shot 37%. I don't think outside of Tari, anybody had a really good shooting night in general. And so not his best, not our best in general offensively. And, we can take advantage of some things. We didn't do as well tonight. Got a little stagnant at times, hunting our own shots. And that was kind of everybody kind of fell victim to that.
All right, let's swing over to J.J. Redick and hear what he has to say after the Game 1 win.
JJ, what stood out the most? Just kind of keeping it open. What do you think the biggest reason why you were able to win in the way that you were?
Just thought we were really poised as a team. We had a great next play mentality. Wasn't a perfect game. None of these games are going to be perfect. Got contributions from a lot of people in a lot of different ways, and made enough winning plays despite the turnovers and the offensive rebounds.
LeBron has said in the past that sometimes game one can be a feel-out game, but tonight was a little bit, on the court, was a little bit more focused, like he kind of understood the moment and what needed to happen. What did you see from him throughout and just kind of leading through the game?
Yeah, I mean, he displayed great leadership throughout. And I think, we talked all week, about being connected offensively and trusting the pass. And, he led us there in the first half, getting 10 assists and then was able to make some scoring plays down the stretch. Just a fantastic overall game from him, and he gave us all he had on the defensive end. I mean, he really exerted himself on both ends, and that's what the playoffs are.
JJ, I don't want to make any assumptions, but I assume a fair chunk of your time this past week was building a defense that was going to try to stop or slow down Kevin Durant.
Yeah, you're not going to stop Kevin Durant.
How much of an adjustment, to go back to my question about adaptability earlier, was it for you and your staff to kind of figure out what you were going to do once you guys got the KD news? And then I guess, what did it say about your team's ability to kind of take that and put it into application?
Yeah, I don't think it affected our mentality. Again, this is all we've talked about for 2 months is just our playoff mentality, and it's you can't worry about who's in or out of the lineup. It's our game plan, it's our standards, it's how we play, and we've built towards that. And I thought our guys just responded well and met the moment. I mean, that's the biggest thing. You got to meet the moment in every game, and they were able to do that. There's a lot that you have to do with Kevin, and you just kind of scrap that and you move on to all the other stuff we worked on.
You were asked about offensive pace earlier in the week. You mentioned that you prefer intentionality as the word. How much could you feel that intentionality in terms of not just what you guys ran offensively, but how you guys were running it, and how much of that gets carried through for the remainder of the game?
Yeah, we did a good job. I think the guys that were handling versus pressure overall did a nice job of getting us organized, and we ran a lot of the stuff we wanted to run, and we got a lot of good stuff. When we did shoot the ball, we were efficient. We missed some free throws, but again, this is going to be can we take care of the ball? Over the course of 7 games, can we take care of the ball, and can we limit their offensive rebounds?
JJ, when it comes to meet the moment, Luke Kennard seemed to do that. What did you like about his performance and his overall mindset game tonight?
Yeah, I just like that he was aggressive shooting threes. I mean, he played a fantastic basketball game, but there were a couple shots that he's hesitated on or got the next thing. I mean, he just played really aggressive tonight and did a nice job. I mean, I don't know what our overall numbers were, but we came in at halftime and we had one of our highest paint touch rates of the entire season, and his ability to just kind of get to the next thing and turn the corner on off-ball stuff and touch the paint for us, and there's a snowball effect to that. We played a really good game.
JJ, there was a really controlled and disciplined offensive night for you guys almost the entire night, outside of a couple minutes leading into the halftime.
Yeah,
was there a message to kind of correct whatever happened?
Yeah, a lot of those were in transition. I mean, 6 were in the last 5 minutes, and we had, I think, 4 possessions in a row, 3 of which were in transition. And we want to look for transition opportunities, but we can also slow it down and execute and get what we want. We don't have to force them. Some of the turnovers at the end, I'll take some. I guess I don't really, but I guess I'll take some onus on that because I didn't have the extra timeout, but I was supposed to because Tyler didn't give it to me when I got the first challenge right. So we'll get clarification from the league on that.
JJ, you never want to lose your top 2 scorers, which the Lakers have, but I tell you what, it does give you a chance to coach the heck out of your team. And as you said earlier, JJ Redick, you believe outcoached Ime Udoka. As a tactician now, what do you see with Redick?
Well, to me, once I started to see guys, role players step up, that means you're getting the most out of them, right? Luke Kennard had his moments. Marcus Smart playing with the tenacity and emotions that he plays with. And then Jared Vanderbilt coming in off the bench. And most importantly, DeAndre Ayton, right? A quiet double-double. And J.J. Redick highlighted throughout that interview what his game plan was. Low turnovers and rebound the basketball. right? Because the game plan is going to continue to be, let's see if the Rockets can make shots. They don't believe that the Rockets can make shots. And history tells us, especially in the regular season, they were one of the worst shooting three-point shooting teams in the NBA. They're not going to, unless they get Kevin Durant back, they're not going to respect them, right? This is why KD is so valuable. So the now is, what is Ime Udoka going to do? What game plan is he going to put together? How he's going to put those guys in position to be successful? And last but not least, can the Houston Rockets find their identity again? Their identity last year was get scrappy, get in your face, pick you up 94 feet defensively, play a physical style of play. I don't see that anymore. I don't see that. I didn't see that not one time throughout the course of their game.
Yeah, well, the Lakers take game one of the series. The NBA playoffs just getting started in an eventful way, but we've got more to come.